Junior banker hiring is up 200%, a banking dropout becomes a crypto billionaire, and bankers learn they're fired over an email. This is the last week of finance and banking news on the Coffee Run. Every day on eFinancialCareers.com, Morning Coffee gives you a rundown of news in banking, finance, and beyond. On Friday, we round up the top stories here. This Monday was a bank holiday here in the UK, so we'll start with Tuesday's top story. Reuters reported this week that confidence around deals for bankers is up, and it's having a meaningful impact on hiring. We've seen lots of this at the top level over the past year. Every other week it seems like another senior JP Morgan MD leaves for Citi, for example. But the opportunities are finally trickling down. Financial services search firm Harrison Rush Group said that, based on incoming queries from banks, appetite for VPs and associates in the week of August 13th was up 200% compared to this time last year. Obviously, 1 week in the middle of summer may not be reflective of the other 51, but the excitement has been around for a while. Meredith Dins, managing partner at Prospect Rock Partners, said hiring was going to kick off way earlier, but Trump's tariffs put a long pause on things. They're currently more stable, for now, and she said hiring was picking up back in July as a result. Of course, deals need to be closed before banks can fully commit to all this hiring, but junior bankers are noticing a lot more attention being paid to them. One junior banker told us that she noticed a lot more people were looking at her LinkedIn. Becoming a Bitcoin billionaire in 2025 isn't something you can just stumble into. One of the only ways you can really do it is by successfully launching a crypto startup. Vanity Fair reports that Kokwei Yuan, an ex-employee of Hong Kong bank CLSA, has done just that. He's a majority shareholder in Bullish, a crypto trading platform that launched on the New York Stock Exchange earlier this month. Yuan owned 26.7% of Bullish, with his stake being valued at roughly $2.5 billion. He didn't spend too much time in banking and double majored in economics and art, meaning the long climb up the ladder from analyst to MD was never likely on the cards for him. He likes to keep out of the public eye though, so we may never know for sure. The other majority shareholder, Brendan Bloomer, had an even more unusual background. He got his start by selling in-game assets for the video game World of Warcraft. Perhaps the next wave of billionaires will have made their start trading Robux or Fortnite skins instead. If you want the hottest jobs for graduates right now, an MBA won't cut it. The Wall Street Journal reports that AI-native software engineers and data scientists are earning higher salaries than junior bankers. They're earning more than other technologists too. Machine learning engineers earn much more than software engineers, according to Professor Anil Gupta, who runs the University of Maryland's AI job tracker. A report from Birch Works also found that base salaries for AI staff with 0 to 3 years of experience were up 12% year on year. The appetite for these hires can be intense. Data infrastructure firm Scale AI is going so far as to threaten legal action against firms trying to snap up their talent. When there's AI giants like OpenAI and Meta, as well as hedge funds like Citadel, all lurking around to find top AI people, you can understand why. And this week's last top story is a moment of embarrassment for Australian bank ANZ. It laid off 300 employees, not by Zoom, not by an in-person meeting, but by an email. The employees received emails telling them to return their laptops because of the firing. The email was sent earlier than planned by mistake, as the bank was going to tell them about the layoffs first. Multiple laid-off staff had to inquire as to whether they were actually being fired. Others were given direct lines of psychologists who could support them. It's not the first mishandled layoff in finance, and it's not the worst. UBS laid off traders in 2012, who only found out about the decision when their key fobs wouldn't let them into the building. Earlier this year, payments firm Stripe laid off staff and accidentally sent them an email containing a picture of a cartoon duck. At least these employees were working from home when the situation occurred. There were plenty more stories across finance this week. These were some of our favourites. HSBC got rid of 1,000 high-risk clients in the Middle East amid regulatory scrutiny. RBC announced its third quarter results and bumped up bonuses. Citi's wealth boss Andy Sieg denies that he humiliated subordinates in front of their colleagues. And front office headcount in banking is roughly the same as it was in 2023. And top stories from eFinancialCareers, we found that 30% of spring internships lead to summer internship conversions. A complaint from an ex-partner of quant hedge fund D.E. Shaw revealed how it pays its employees and the unorthodox contracts they're asked to sign. An engineer at Capital One is alleging the bank tried to force him out by lying on his performance reviews after he took parental leave. And a hedge fund employee told us he's in a precarious position, despite earning £500,000. Thank you for watching The Coffee Run. If you want to check out our articles, you can go to eFinancialCareers.com, or you can subscribe to our newsletter by following the link below. You can also like and subscribe if you want to get more news updates like this every Friday.